Hi everyone, it's Emily Rain, and today I'm going to be doing sort of a DIY project. Let's get into it. So this is going to seem like a white girl hoarding problem, but my dad's been getting a lot of these Starbucks mugs lately, so I decided instead of throwing away a bunch of glass bottles, I'm going to actually make something out of them. So with this one, I'm going to be turning it into strawberry milk. And why milk, you might ask? Of a lactose intolerant person? I really have no idea. I just thought it'd look cute and pretty in my room, so. And quite honestly, I've only ever had strawberry milk once in my life, so I can't even really remember what it tastes like. It was like that Nestle strawberry milk instead of the Nestle chocolate milk with the rabbit. Is the one with rabbit Nestle? I grew up on Ovaltine, so I can't really remember if Nestle is the one with the little brown rabbit. Right now, I am sketching out my design on this bottle, and I had spray painted it white before I started recording for this video. And right now I'm struggling to figure out the shape of a strawberry. And here I finally kind of figure it out. I should have been using a reference, but hindsight is 2020. I've never had the prettiest handwriting. However, I'm fairly happy with how the lettering came out for this. I feel like that's a stereotype of artists have really nice handwriting, but I really don't. My handwriting for notes and stuff in classes looks like chicken scratch. And I was going to use my Posca paint pens for this because I thought it would be easier, but I don't have all that many colors, so right now I'm mixing up a strawberry sort of color. Ooh, that's kind of satisfying watching the paint go on like that. Honestly, the whole process of painting is really satisfying. Now I'm waiting for that to dry. And here I am going back to the lid. The lid ends up being a source of a lot of difficulty for me because one, I didn't spray paint it as well, and two, the silver paint I got doesn't work at all. So here I go trying to use what's the word? My fine liner to ink in the lettering, which wasn't really a smart move because the word strawberry doesn't really stay on and kind of smudges a bit afterwards. It probably would have been smarter to use paint of some sort. Oh, or you know what? It would have been even smarter to use the Posca paint pens for the lettering. But that's pretty dang good handwriting for it being on a curved surface. Now I'm coming in with a different fine liner. I can't remember what brand of pen this is, but I really like this pen. I got it for Inktober a couple years ago, and it's really good, and I'm happy with how Milk turned out. And now I'm going in with my light green Posca for the leaves. Is it leaves on the top of a strawberry? What is the anatomy of a strawberry? And if you look closely, I smudged some white on the center of the strawberry, and now I'm covering it up. So you can never tell the mistake ever happened, except for the fact that I told it to you. And as I'm trying to erase my pencil marks, I ended up erasing the marker ink off of the bottle. I didn't even know it was possible to erase pen off of something. If anyone has any good fine liners or any sort of like non-bleed, like waterproof fine liners, leave the brand below in the comment section because I really need a new one. Now I'm just trying to cover up the little bit of ink that smudged when I did that. And I'm blending it out with an eraser because we're professional here. And it's kind of off camera, but I'm erasing the pencil marks off of milk very carefully. Now I'm going in with some detail on the strawberry to try and add some seeds. I'm adding the shadows of the seeds first. Now I'm adding some highlights for the seeds. Once again, I should have used a reference for this, but that would have taken too much effort for me to use a reference apparently. And now I'm going back over the green just to make sure it's one solid color and not really see-through or anything like that. Now I'm covering up some of the seeds that I think are too big. And now I'm mixing up a little bit of a color for a highlight for the strawberry, because I didn't really like that side of the strawberry, so I'm just covering up my mistakes. Now I'm going in with a darker green to outline the strawberry leaves. And now that part's pretty much entirely done. Now it's time to fumble and mess around with the cap. The lid was so difficult. If anyone else tries to do this, actually invest in some good silver paint or use silver spray paint. Even that would have been smarter. But see, it's just like peeling up the white paint and not working. So I just started globbing it on there. And that seemed to work better than actually painting with it. Because the paint was just so watery and thin. Honestly, I'm not even sure how old that paint was. And now I'm covering the whole bottle in a shade of Mod Podge. And if you looked at the lid, you could tell I had fidgeted with it more off camera. And my sister just dropped in The Martian by Ray Bradbury because I'd been wanting to read it, and she finally got it back from her boyfriend. So that's why the book made a brief cameo in the video. And with this Mod Podge, I wish I'd found like a glossy Mod Podge or some sort of varnish, but I ended up using matte Mod Podge, which I should have read the label beforehand. Now I'm trying to add some sort of detail to the cap, but it's honestly a lost cause at this point. Just adding some like shading with the black. I'm not sure how well it looks, but it looks better than when we started, and that's all that matters. But anyway, this was a fun little project to do if you have a whole bunch of glass bottles laying around, or if you're a white girl hoarder. So you could have a little DIY project for yourself. Now I'm adding even more silver and making sure I didn't mess up the Mod Podge. It's still wet, that's why it looks glossy. And that is why you should clean your brushes, because it will smear the previous color on whatever you're working on. And without further ado, let's look at the final product.
yesterday we just went and hung out
Thank you for
with them
stopping
and
by,
stuff
and
like
hope you
that.
have a wonderful rainy day.
Everything I've
Bye,
seen on
guys.
the internet.
Yeah, and those cabins are nice. They're